So Dame Dash is going out sad right now. Like he been having a back and forth with Camron and back and forth with a lot of people. But the part that got my attention was how far he went to mention Camron's mom, who passed, and they supposed to be like friends from like a long time ago. Like they've been real friends for a long time. And this what you do to your mans. Watch this.
He posted this video. He said, yo, this is me dancing and Erica Mina on the pole at Fredo's, Camron Strip Club, and Mother's house. Now, you guys already know the consequences when you bring up somebody's mother. No matter the intention, you do not bring up any family member. Dame said, no disrespect, but this is where you had your mother living. Tell me I'm lying. I dare you. What kind of dude has his mother living in a studio, in a strip club, on the street, in a neighborhood where drug dealers live, with no security, and anybody could just walk up? I always thought you were foul for this. Cam took offense to it and he sent Dame a message. He said, I'm good. I ain't looking for sympathy. But you triggered a few people. Just letting you know. Oh well. This the day before my mom died. Now, if you guys can read between the lines, you guys know exactly what this means. Not only did you offend me, but you also offended people that my mom loved and people that love my mom.
So as I said, he is beyond going out sad. Like, for you to claim that this was your man's for however many years y'all have been friends or used to be friends. And if you hear Camron talk about it, y'all still are friends. It's just when y'all have fallouts, Camron stop picking up the phone. I'm good for that too. People start irritating me and this, that, and other. I'll for sure leave you on red and missed calls and act like you ain't even called. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But Camron do says it's a time where he come up off of that. But I guess in the meantime, Dame has been trying to get his attention by keep going to the public, talking about this. And it just made it so much worse. But the thing about it is like, why would you bring this man's mama into, if y'all was really homeboys like that, like you claim to be, you would go so far as to show a picture of this man's mother the day before she passed away? You can't be this man's friend for real. You can't be, man. Like, if I'm best friends with someone, best friends, and then whatever happened, we turn into mortal enemies. Like we hate each other, we beefing and all of that. I still would never, I wouldn't do something like this, bro. It just, why? Even if you thought that thought in your head, to go ahead and bring that memory back. You know what I'm saying? Just for the point of trying to get somebody's attention. Like, it's sad, bro. It's sad. I look at Dame different now. Like, just slowly over the years. And listen, Dame is a very intelligent dude. As Cam always said, he's always been great at business. He had more of a heyday back in the day. I always thought Jay-Z did him wrong, and they didn't really appreciate the way in which he fought for them. But now you can see why people severed ties from this dude, because it's that love and hate relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, to put it in the context, if you ever had a woman and y'all are kind of toxic for each other, right? Or you trying to deal with her, she toxic or whatever, but she love hard. Like, she go off and be tripping on you, but she definitely go off and be tripping on anybody that say anything to you. You know what I'm saying? She'll fight and try to kill somebody if they say something about you, right? And you love her for that. But then you still got to deal with when you at home with her just chilling because she toxic. She snapping on you too. And it's like, and she always had a moments where it's like, y'all, the makeup the makeup, all of that, great, right? Right? But y'all, it's always them moments where she go too far. Where she go too far, and it be like, she say something about your mama or all that. You know how chicks be. This is what this reminds me of. Like, Dame is one of them great people. He's very intelligent, very business-minded, very a pioneer in the game. We give him credit for that. But looking back, I always was like, that was wrong how they did him, how they just cut him out, and then Jay won't talk to him no more. And then, you know what I'm saying? As hard as he fought for Jay, and he was right, because they were trying to put a wedge between them two and snake Jay from Dame, you know what I'm saying? And it worked. It worked. So the way he was snapping and going off on people was warranted. It was right. But it comes a time where it's like, okay, you got your point across. You said all you need to say. The way you going off, it's not needed, bro. It's not needed. This really makes me look at myself like, you know, listen, you ever been drunk and people tell you about how you was clowning? But it never really seemed like, you'd be like, well, y'all, I wasn't clowning that bad. And then until you be sober and you see somebody else clowning, drunk out their mind, and you be like, is this, you know what I'm saying? Or you the only sober one in a room full of drunk people, you be like, is this what I be doing? And then you understand. It's like, because listen, I'm a argumentative, debating type of person. And I often have a problem with knowing where to stop, which knowing, like, listen, I've said all I can say about the subject. They know where I stand. They disagree. They're not going to agree. Like, why am I still continue to try to make them agree to my point? It's at a point where you just be like, okay, I said my point. You said yours. We went back and forth for a little bit. Now let's cut it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just stop there. Dame don't have that switch. And I'm going to say, watching Dame in action, it really puts things in perspective for me. Like, I don't want to be that, bro. I don't want to be this type of dude. Just keep going and keep going, especially when it comes to something as precious as the memory of a man's mother. And you would just throw that little jab in there. That's more than a little jab, but you would just throw that in there just to try to get him to pick up the phone. That's the way you want attention. I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna get from that. How Cam said, "Oh well, like you triggered some people. You're gonna get the wrong attention. Is what you gonna get. You're gonna get somebody that's gonna you ain't gonna see over your shoulder, out your peripherals. Somebody gonna snatch the rest of your teeth out your mouth. I'm just saying, bro. Like that's foul, man. And it really lets me know y'all couldn't have been friends. Y'all couldn't have really been friends to go that far, man. Like, friends fight, all of that. Like, we might scrap, be mad at each other, don't pick up the phone for years. Like, but it's just certain things, if you really was a friend, you just will never do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got friends I ain't talked to in years. I still love, you know what I'm saying? And I still would never cross certain lines. Like, I don't even, it's still people that I ain't talked to in years. I still ain't told their business. You know what I'm saying? Certain business, they be like, hey man, between me and you. Certain business, she be like, hey, between you, I'm gonna tell you this, but don't tell nobody. And she done fell out with me and did me dirty, all type of, right? I still kept that business between me and her. Because whatever we fell out about, it ain't that serious because we was real friends and real You know what I'm saying? So you still mean something to me to the point where I ain't gonna cross those type of lines. It can be salvaged, but I don't know, man. It's tough to watch. They say never meet. All right, they say never meet your heroes. And I ain't met this dude, nor was he my hero. But I'm just saying that the term is just weird, sad to watch somebody who is a great mind, great business mind, where you used to back in the day you listen to him speak and listen to him speak back in the day. He was like, man, he nice, he ahead of a time. He even though people did him wrong, he's still doing this, blah blah blah. The stuff he be saying makes sense. But then the more and more you keep hearing him beating that same dead horse over the years, and it's like, bro, let it go. Let it go, bro. And then it just gets sadder and sadder and sadder. Still, I don't know, man. It's just like you say, seen him on the Breakfast Club, and it's just, every 2 seconds, I'm a boss. I'm a boss. Like, I've never seen a boss have to tell people so many times that he is a boss. People who are bosses just go about doing boss things. Most of all, being a boss is work. So most people just working. You're just doing a lot of work trying to keep stuff together. Make sure it run right and make sure the money right. You know what I'm saying? But really, there's no need to tell people you're a boss. It's already known. If you really get down like that, you know what I'm saying? So, like I say, man, he gone out sad. And if I could tell him anything, if I were his friend, which I don't know how many friends he has because his so-called friends are letting him do a lot of things that, like, nobody's in his ear like, man, don't do that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, bro. But if I could tell him anything, like, bro, we got to relinquish the past. We got to let that go. And it's not that serious to have to prove yourself right or whatever you did to think that was okay to mention that man's mama, to bring up that hard time and post a picture the day before she passed. That's so corny. That's probably the corniest thing I've ever seen you do, y'all. The wackest thing like I've ever seen you do. And like Cam say, there ain't no coming back from that. And it makes me understand watching you, like you say, you have someone that just goes so hard for you. Like, Dame go hard for people. Like he went hard for Jay-Z and them back in the day and all of that. But as hard as he go for you, he go on you too. You know what I'm saying? He's going hard, this, that, and other on the people, making a point because he was right about the business. But it's a point where, okay, cut it, dang. Stop there. You ain't got to keep talking. But not only is he going to keep talking, but he going to flip a table, do this, do that. Comes a point where it's just too much, man. And it comes a point where you say something, and then the person you said that to is like, that was the last straw, dog. I'm good forever on you. So, got to live with them consequences, man. But this your boy P. Camp. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy. The only thing you can do is hope he forgive you for that, but I doubt it, man.